Thank you War Thunder for sponsoring this video. Treacherous planets, space pirates, Italians, forget about it. All found in No Man's Sky, a game that was supposed to be good, wasn't good, then got good, and is good now. With 27 achievements that are incomprehensible without having played the game before, I decided to complete every achievement this game has to offer. I'd be trudging through each of these vague and confusing quests on the hardest game mode offered, since it was a requirement for a single achievement. With hundreds of planets to be explored and whole ecosystems to wipe out, I had no idea what I was getting into. But now that you're up to speed, flashbang. Oh, that's right. Oh my god, that's right. Straight into the action, I found myself discombobulated on a strange planet. After taking my sweet-ass time looking around, I found my temperature lowering quickly. Armed with absolutely nothing but a space laser and a jetpack, I was left to my own devices, quickly mining up nearby resources to repair my other gear. Iron gathered, scanner tool repaired, and boy, that thermal protection is falling fast. I rushed to find sodium plants to recharge my suit, but it was not easy. Oh shit. Oh no. Give me the sodium. Recharge hazard protection. How? Click menu. Equipment. Yes. That. Yeah. Sodium. There we go. Despite spawning on a planet hotter than Satan's sphincter, I got my temperature under control, for now, and got a signal from a nearby ship. After a brief investigation, I deduced that this ship was fucked up. Repairing it would be my new goal, but the planet continued contesting me. Why am I taking damage? Oh, please. Wall of flame? Wall of... what? What does wall of flame mean? I'm so dead. I'm dead. Extra... no shit. Wall of flames. What? Okay. Alright. What is that, dude? Well, at least it can't get any worse. Oh, good. It's still a wall of flaming. Did I lose everything? I lost everything. Alright. Get in the ship. Get in the ship. Once that angry wind cleared up, I booked it to the coordinates my ship gave me to get it back into working order. After a fierce battle with the air around me, I had the part in hand, and things were finally looking up DJ. Oh, just the bro. Oh, thanks. Oh, I'm all the way back here, bro. Oh my god, it just gave it to me. The game triggered a tutorial failsafe and decided to just give me the item I needed. While mildly patronizing, I'll take what I can get, and repaired my ship. Unsurprisingly, rocket science is not easy, and I needed yet another part repaired. I just had to refine materials with this doodad, so at least I was safe. With all the repairs made for real this time, I could finally take flight. Main engine starting. Oh my god, let's go! Unfortunately, I was sober, making driving unfamiliar to me. Oh, that's hard to control. That's really hard to control! Oh, yeah, I did it, oh my god. That took so long. My antics were disrupted by an alien calling me, speaking literally broken English. You are not alone. Follow the... Great. The language barrier of barred language made understanding that message difficult, but it came with some coordinates to go to. I wasn't exactly busy, so I decided to check it out. As I rocked up to this new foreign land, learning through trial by literal fire, I quickly learned that it was even hotter than the last one. My life support collapsed when flying with my jetpack, or just walking, so I'd have to try to keep that to a minimum somehow. In between trips of sitting in my ship to breathe, I managed to build an analysis visor. Among other things, this would help me locate my ship, as I had lost it multiple times already while out and about. I continued crafting the items that would keep my mission moving forward, eventually making my way to the signal I had received back in space. This crashed pod held the schematics for even more useful gear, like the space computer, and it implored me to build a base here. I couldn't imagine a more hospitable planet, so I got straight to work on my construction. This needed a terrain manipulator, allowing me to destroy and replace parts of this already beautiful planet. With more control over the world than ever, I used my visor to locate copper, used the manipulator to collect it, refined it, and made a base computer to start my real estate empire. Here we go. Clean base. Oh, achievement! First achievement! That's number 1. Finally. I got to know my new property, collecting the resources it held to build my first home, and introduced myself to the natives. What the fuck? What? Oh. Oh. The Alaskan bullworm might be my next-door neighbor, but I held firm. I'd be living here even if the locals were a bit temperamental. While building that shelter to protect from hazards, a hazard approached. Wall of flame! No. Luckily, this base would protect me from the raging storms, and I could focus on progressing with a little more safety. Now, you might not believe this, but this house wasn't very impressive. The base computer had another task for me to remedy that, building a research unit. Here I could learn how to build more doohickeys for the house. Doohickeys didn't come free, as I had to find salvaged data to unlock new recipes. That data was out yonder, underground, where I also discovered my biggest upgrade yet.
Rocks.
These bad boys contain cobalt, used to make ion batteries. These charge my hazard protections, so I'd be slurping them up like crack. With enough batteries made to survive even the fiery pits of a woman's shower, I easily found all the salvage data I needed. That data from earlier let me make a portal, and after some fumbling with wires, it was powered. I could go anywhere in the universe now, except not really, as I had no friends. Luckily, I knew the perfect place to meet 95 million new ones. On War Thunder, the most comprehensive vehicle combat game ever made. Available for free on any platform you can think of, PC, consoles, even your phone can run this game. Take control of over 2,500 historical vehicles, tanks, planes, helicopters, other stuff, with no extra doodads needed to control anything. If a phone can run it, imagine how easy a keyboard makes playing this game. Featuring combat that'll blow your mind, you can be immersed in the painstakingly detailed vehicles and physics systems with realistic graphics and sound effects that'll make you feel like you're fighting in a real war, but like, a fun one. Join the over 95 million players worldwide, penetrating each other's MVs, and analyze each shot with the X-ray view, getting a detailed recreation of the damage you caused others. If you're a fan of military history, or just want to see pretty explosions, War Thunder has it all. Personally, as a man that was born jobless, I appreciate how heavily optimized this game is, something other game developers can't seem to figure out. Offering an unmatched amount of high-quality content with low system requirements, anybody can now experience the fog of war, a historically enjoyable experience. And guess what? Watching this segment won't leave you empty-handed. If you play for free now on PC, PlayStation, or Xbox using my sign-up links in the pinned comment or description, you'll graciously receive a massive bonus pack available for new or returning players who haven't played for 6 months. How massive is my package? Well, you'll get the Eagle of Valor Decorator, 100,000 Silver Lions, and 7 days of premium, and much more. I wouldn't dilly-dally, as this is only available for a limited time, so get to it and play for free now. Now, it was time to find friends in No Man's Sky, a slightly harder task. Luckily, the mysterious voice from earlier left logs of his activities, and his next message said he'd be checking out a space station. That would be the perfect place to find big, beefy further adventures. This universe was kind to the disabled, as the space station was shockingly accessible. My first interaction here was odd. We are watching you. That's great. I should leave. Yes, I should. Alright, I don't know what that meant. This clanker must be on the spectrum, but everybody else was much more welcoming. I explored this station with bright eyes, buying upgrades to launch my ship with less fuel, mingling with the aliens here. Oh, I impressed somebody. I have that effect on people. And upgraded my inventory through the machinery this place housed. I found out that the main currency I'd want were nanites, as they were used for all sorts of upgrades that would allow me to survive the treacherous planets around me. Since I built that teleporter back at home, I could use the one here to travel back and back to the station whenever I wanted. One more trip to drip up my character, and I was ready to grind much more in style. While grinding resources, I figured out that if my laser is close to overheating, it does extra damage, mining much faster. I edged my weapon for hours, enjoying the faster material acquisition it rewarded me with. As I started getting a grip, unlocking more and more tech, I kept getting stopped by these snitch-ass sentinels. These tough guys had a problem with me breaking shit on my own land, so I started mass murdering them. This ended up being quite fruitful. They dropped this salvage glass, which when opened further, provided massive upgrades to my exosuit and multi-tool systems. These were much needed massive upgrades for me, and they were ethically sourced since the genocide was against things that I don't like. I lusted for more of those upgrades, and tried hunting more of those sentinels to turn into powder. While doing so, I accidentally shot at a nearby ship instead. Oh, that's a guy. Oh well, I doubt they noticed that.
Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! What the hell is this problem?
While waiting for that guy to stop overreacting, I discovered that I could use my house as cover while fighting the waves of these sentinels that the killing of their brethren brought forth. For whatever reason, doors blew their stupid bitch minds, allowing me to fry them without them returning fire. While selling the loot I collected, I discovered I could have made a gun attachment this whole time, rather than slow roasting sentinels with my mining beam. I finally got that built for further tin skin ethno-cleansing, got an achievement while testing it out, and powered up my multi-tool further. Now more confident with upgrades, I brought that message from the eccentric robot to my base computer to decode, giving me yet another location to travel towards. While on my way there, I got yet another achievement for getting my money up. It looked like most of the achievements were gained by just doing things, so I figured I'd keep doing that. Rocking up to the signal, I discovered this massive ship that had seen better days. Within the rubble, I discovered a warp drive for my ship. I'd have to build the hyperdrive to use it, and this building-sized ship had cargo pods scattered about, so I knew I had to search those to find the parts that I needed. Nanites. Radiation? Nope, just lung cancer. Sputtering my way home, I started work on my hyperdrive, learning how to trade in the space station for parts that I needed for this complicated tech. Hyperdrive built. Now it was time to fuel it. I got word that fuel schematics would be found on this moon by my home planet, so I embarked on a flight to this new land. Since this was a new planet, it came equipped with fresh flora and rocks for me to scan, and new friendly faces.
Whispering egg. I messed up.
Apparently, kidnapping children was offensive on this planet, but I masterfully dodged the woke mob's attempts to cancel me and retrieved that antimatter blueprint. Equipped with this expensive fuel, I could now explore the cosmos, jumping to new systems that held new planets and hopefully new opportunities. In one of these new systems, I got word that I should explore this scary-looking planet. After investigating, I discovered this monolith. I decided to talk to it, and it talked back somehow, as it had some gravely important words for me.
Is it first or is it last? What does that fucking mean, bro? What? I don't know. Find us, traveler. Hey, alright, sure.
While still processing what that block of metal was talking about, I got another antagonistic message.
Please identify yourself. Let's remain silent. I know you can hear me speak. I beg of you.
I don't know about that.
You left me. Why did you? I don't know, dude. I just got here. Coordinates received. Okay. Well, I guess let's go investigate the stranger.
I needed answers, as this story got hard to follow very quickly, so I made my way towards the voice in my head. I initially landed at the wrong building, but this ended up working out, as it brought my next achievement for learning words from this kind gentleman. Now in the right place, it looked like the guy sending me messages was dead as hell. I mourned quickly, as I found their advanced mining beam left behind, a huge come-up for me. As I worked on repairing that mining beam technology, I got assaulted by another message.
You're talking to me again? Who the fuck are you?
This Nada guy was trying to contact the last owner of the mining beam, and he thought I was the dead person I had stolen it from. They wanted me to pull up to their home, but I was still trying to repair that mining beam, so they would have to wait. While buying and selling materials to repair that beam, I was blessed with another achievement for stacking bread.
Oh, trader status.
With that, the mining beam was finished, and I could mine more advanced minerals, and as a further reward, my base gave me storage containers for my plethora of items. My base was looking spiffy, so it was time to check out the home of that Nada guy. He lived in what looked like a space station, but was actually a hub for other players. As I talked to Nada, he mentioned hating those Sentinel fucks, and our collective hatred grew us closer. This space anomaly was home to many more upgrades I could unlock, items I could research, and people to meet.
Alright, calm down, dude. Oh! Achievement.
After fraternizing with these people and going on a shopping spree for a bunch of technology, I got back into the action. I had a host of ship upgrades I wanted to install, but I needed tritium for many of them. That was acquired through asteroid mining, which I tried my hand in. This hand was evidently shaky.
Oh, sorry, bro. Why is music playing? Oh, shit. Okay, I have to kill him now. Oh, no. Oh, I fucked up. Sorry, sir. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to do this. Sorry. Yup. There's another hostile one? Oh my god. Oh, he's right behind me. Pulse drive re-enabling. Give me away. I think we're safe. Are we safe? Oh. They're not angry at me, are they? No. Pirate attack. Oh! Whoa. Pulse engine back out. Escape possible. Get me the fuck out of here! Please tell me it's over. Get me the fuck home.
I may have attacked and killed an innocent man, but something much more pressing came up that demanded my attention. These new boots. This upgrade to my J's allowed me to jump with the help of my jetpack, increasing my mobility heavily. Completing this materialistic goal left me feeling empty, so I decided to return to Nada and helped him with whatever shit he wanted me to do. Nada told me to go out and explore space, but warned me to be wary of the Crimson Liar. I wasn't afraid of the Crimson at all, because I didn't know what it was. As I got back out to space, the owner of that mining beam contacted me. Turns out they weren't dead, just forgetful. Artemis here was in trouble, being surrounded by 16 somethings. That sounded scary, and I wanted to help, but I was still too dainty. I wanted to grind for more upgrades I had discovered, so I fought my way through even more sentinels, mined asteroids, and added solar panels to my ship to constantly get charged for my launch thrusters. While partaking in these adventures, I saw I was close to getting an achievement. I just needed to collect $2 million. After selling some of that salvage data I was scavenging for, I got it unlocked.
There it is. That one was on purpose, too.
With $2 million burning a hole in my pocket, I knew I had to spend it somewhere, and this gun on the wall ball had caught my eyes many times. It might cost everything I have, but damn does it look cool. With one more upgrade to add an assault rifle mode to this gun, I was stronger than ever and was finally confident enough to journey out to help Artemis. To get a signal to they-them, I would need to place signal boosters across different planets in this solar system. After that long road trip, I finally got a connection and was face to face with Artemis' hologram. They had drawn a star map to give me, which would be the key to discovering where they were. After one look at that map, I remembered I was illiterate and would need to find an alien to translate it for me. I got blueprints to make a translator to aid in learning alien words, so I could ask them for help, but getting the resources to build it was becoming a pain in my rear. Launching my ship over and over again to search for resources felt inefficient, and I had the perfect idea to fix that. That started by building this.
Oh, and an achievement. Oh. Money.
With this new vehicle, I could venture out, exploring the world faster than ever.
Oh.
A few upgrades later, and this thing was equipped to help me roam, and I had enough resources to build that translator. I explored the system, gaining knowledge from anybody who was willing to teach me. Some were happy to teach me their language, and some difficult.
What?
Those guys must be French. This journey would have been much easier if everybody just spoke one real language like American, but eventually, I had enough knowledge to ask somebody to read this star map for me. They still wouldn't do it. They did not fuck with me and wanted me to prove myself and increase my standing with this race. I started by exploring many space stations, offering head to anybody that would talk to me. I was born with teeth, so I didn't get many takers. My other option was completing missions for these fine people, but as I took a look, I saw that a lot of them required killing innocent creatures. Murder could never be justified, as God made every being in his victim. As the dust settled from my massacre, I returned to turn in the quest. It didn't increase my standing at all, and I'd be going to hell for no reason. Even worse than that, I'd have to complete another mission. My next mission? Raiding a planetary harvester. Whatever that is.
Yep, this is the place. Ow. Oh, I didn't realize. What the fuck? What? Oh my god. I didn't realize. Holy shit. Oh, hello. How many are there? Stop. Break. Oh no. Whoa! Oh my god. How do I repair this? Create. What? They can just shoot through walls now? What is that? Yeah, I don't fucking care right now. I don't care. I'm so fucked. I'm dead. I'm fucking in my inventory. Please. Recharge. No, that is not what the fuck is happening? Fuck. Shield down. No shit.
I had escaped with my life, but that was about it. My equipment had gotten demolished in that fight, and I'd have to spend forever fixing it. Before I went and did all that, I figured I'd just break into the harvester with my ship, as it seemed they only had sentinels protecting it.
Oh no, they have ships now?
Oh.
No other option. Fuck you. Die, please. Yep, get fucked. You suck. And I'm out of here. Attain novice. Ship's destroyed. Oh my god. Achievement.
Escaping with nothing but an achievement for my struggles, I had a lot of rethinking to do. Luckily, I had plenty of time to think, as repairing all of my gear was a huge pain in the ass and took a very long time. Back to the mission, I returned to the harvester with revenge on my mind and an actual plan. I built a small raid base right in front of the building I needed to break into, keeping the sentinels off my back. This worked like a charm and allowed me to finish the mission with ease and increased my Korvax standing to where it needed to be. It was finally time to get this star map translated.
I've done so much for you.
They still couldn't fucking do it.
Location does not exist. What do you mean, dude?
They said that this map didn't match anywhere in the universe. I highly doubt that, as Artemis would not feed me false information. After a brief interrogation, it turned out Artemis was feeding me false information and spouted some hoopla about the stars changing all of a sudden. I'm quite certain that that doesn't just happen, and there was some fuckery afoot. I couldn't get more answers from Artemis as the demons started attacking them again, cutting our signal. Now I had to talk to the jackass from earlier that speaks in riddles. That precedent didn't change, as he told me there was a god hunting him and told me to go deal with that.
Okay.
Not that I was afraid of that or anything, but I decided to track down one of Artemis's friends instead. Hopefully this guy could provide more answers. Upon my first meeting with Apollo, he seemed to have his own issues.
Why do you use that word at all, friend? It is just a label, a pretense to make you feel better about being alone. You're a fucking incel, dude.
He agreed to help try find Artemis as long as he could profit off of it. He had me meet up with one of his connects, and this guy gave me blueprints for a construction terminal. Upon building it, I found out I need to let a small crusty man live in my base to run the terminal. I didn't anticipate having roommates, but if it was just one guy, I could handle it. Crust Bucket wasted no time inviting his creepy friend to live with us.
Think not of payment. Scanning you while you sleep will be reward enough. Yo, what?
These guys seemed like a felony waiting to happen, so I built an addition to my house to keep them as far away from me as possible. I needed to hire one last burly man to inhabit my home. On my way to get the last freeloader, I got an achievement and a party in celebration of my accomplishments.
6 pirates? Are we fucking serious?
I, of course, can take 6 men like nothing, and I emerged victorious. Turned out I had saved this freighter from getting attacked, and the captain was so happy with my work he invited me aboard his ship. It's about time I get the respect I deserve, and as I strolled in, I knew these guys owed me big time. As I talked to the captain, he offered me his entire ship? I deserve that. I was now the proud owner of the skyscraper in the sky, where I could avoid my new roommates much easier and could store items and other ships on it. With that fruitful side quest finished, I hired the last man I needed and could finally get away from these refugees. Contacting Apollo again, he told me I needed to get my money up and called me a quote-unquote broke bitch. I hate to admit when other people are right, but he had clocked me. He showed me how upgrade modules work, as if I didn't figure that out 10 hours ago. Instead, I wanted to increase the class of my multi-tool, from grade C to grade B. This was an obscenely expensive upgrade, but it seemed worth it. While grinding up the nanites to do just that, I let my wanted level get to the highest amount possible. I had never done that before, but I felt strong enough by now.
Whoa, that thing's huge. Oh my god, that thing's huge. Oh man. That thing's insane. Ring cage done. Inner core. Oh. Yep. Oh, he's gone. I killed him. Sentinel's disabled. Let's fucking go, dude. Killing that monstrosity gave me the coordinates to a Sentinel pillar. That name alone sounded sketchy, so that would be a later problem. After constant grinding, a quick achievement for getting my steps in, and more salvaged glass than I had ever seen before, I finally had enough nanites. Using just about every one of them, I upgraded my multi-tool class to B. This took a very long time. There we go. It's been upgraded. I thought it would do more. That didn't seem to change much, and after further research, I discovered I had just used all that time and money to upgrade one of the worst multi-tools in the game. I couldn't bear wasting more time upgrading that scam of a multi-tool, so to the wiki I went, and figured out my next goal, getting one of the best multi-tools in the game. To start this quest, I traveled to a dissonant planet, where I found out that they were eerie as hell. The Sentinels had syphilis, the monsters were incredibly rude, and the weather was British. I planned on getting in and out of this planet, as I was here looking for a single location, a harmonic camp, though this planet was full of distractions. Whoa. What is that? Gravitino ball. Oh, they're mad. Oh my god, they're coming to get me. Whoa! We gotta go. No! Not right now. Not right now. Not right now! Stop! Yeah. Unknown signal. Ask who they are. I don't care. I don't care. Please stop. Please stop. Look at what I'm dealing with. Shut the f. Thank you. Incoming message. I don't care. I don't care. Thank you. Holy shit, I got out of there. Oh my god.
This scary place was packing my shit in. It was clear I had to try harder, so I ran away. to buy a toxic shield upgrade. This would function as extra protection from toxic environments, letting me return safely to New Delhi here. I built a vacation home to further protect from those noxious fumes in between hunts for these dissonance resonators, which would drop the item I was looking for. A few fights later, I finally had an echolocator in hand and found the harmonic camp. It was time to collect my prize.
Let's take it. Whoa, this thing looks sick.
As I sat relishing in my new weapon, I realized there was a huge problem. I had received the pistol variant of this multi-tool. I was hoping to receive the other one, because it looked much cooler. Hunting down another one of these camps would be a huge pain in the ass. Was I really going to go through all that for vanity?
Is that the rifle? No, it's the same one. God. No, it's the same fucking one. No. 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 Oh my god, dude.
7 camps later, and I tried another planet instead.
Oh my god, is it? Oh my god, is it? Oh my god, is it? Oh my god. Oh my god, thank god. Oh my god, thank god.
Finally, I had the rifle variant in hand, and I was done. Is that B-class?
Oh, that's better. Oh wow, that is much better.
Good enough. This side quest, spurred by glancing at the wiki once, may have taken hours, but I don't know what the lesson is here. I did have a cool gun though. I could finally leave the dissonant planet, but before getting back to the story, I went to upgrade my ship with these tokens I found, though I stopped myself, thinking back to that bum-ass multi-tool I wasted money on. Maybe I should look into where I could find a better ship first. Back to the dissonant planet, this mission should be much shorter. I discovered a crashed Sentinel ship housing somebody's brain. I didn't think that belonged there, so I grabbed it, gave brain to this monolith, and brain was happy. Returning to the ship, it was now my own. Outfitted with a Sentinel weapon and ship, I was stronger than ever, and now, much faster.
Oh my god, this thing is too fast.
Finishing this upgrade arc for good, it was time to contact Apollo again. He warned me that if I started to help him out now, I wouldn't be home for a long time. That was foreboding, but I was ready for a real adventure, so I pressed on. He first wanted me to raid a building to get more information on the Sentinels that love to attack me for zero reason. This was easy enough, until I made it inside. This mission turned dark fast, as I had found a small animal that was suffering. It was injured, and would die regardless, but ultimately I had to choose between putting this little guy out of his misery, or giving him food to help him hold on for a little longer. This decision came out of nowhere and felt different from any other mission I'd done in the past. I knew the right decision and did what I had to do.
I guess I have to put it out of its misery, right?
Oh.
That's fucked up.
Despite the game doing something as terrible as making me feel emotions, I had to keep going, as I had more achievements to collect. That raid on the building allowed Apollo to vaguely track down where those Sentinels were coming from, but we'd have to do a bit more investigating to really track their source. Before that, I made another trip to Nada to fill him in on our plans and to get his indispensable insight.
We help others escape, those who might process our reality. I never know what the fuck you're talking about.
This journey took me all throughout the solar system, finding waystones, ruins, other stuff. But finally, what we were searching for was revealed, a portal. Walking through this device would finally give us the answers we were searching for.
Whoa, stuff is happening. Whoa, whoa, don't do that. What the hell? Where am I? What? Anomalous signal detected. Whoa, 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 whoa. What?
Here, at last, I met this big red blob.
Is that the crimson thing? Oh, that's Atlas.
We shared an interesting conversation.
Subroutine class. Status operational. I try to rejoice, but I have no body, no spirit. Oh. Here we are in the middle of fucking nowhere.
And like that, I was cast off to another unknown world. I located my ship and instantly got another transmission. This voice seemed familiar and guided me towards another ambiguous location. Hoping this area had more answers than the last few I visited, I headed there.
Oh, it's the icon of the game, I think. Artemis, what? Unknown grave, what? A hologram appears that is Artemis, but there is only silence. If Artemis can hear me, they make no sign. The hologram just stares. Everything they have said appears to have come from right in front of me. My friend is dead. Fuck. Damn. Perhaps they were never alive.
Apollo might have lost a friend, but I arguably had it worse, as I was now burdened with telling him about it. As I went to go try to do that, look who showed up.
Who the fuck are you? You're not Apollo.
This stoic man suggested resurrecting Artemis somehow. I've read at least one book on why that's a bad idea, but it still sounded worth a shot. I was given the blueprints to make a mind arc to hold Artemis's consciousness. I would need new materials to build this mind arc from a red solar system. Instead of going straight to one of those, I decided to let Nada know what happened first. As usual, he was no help.
Why do I ever come talk to this guy?
To make that mind arc, I would need cadmium and a living pearl. The cadmium was easy enough to locate and collect, but the living pearl would take me to new types of planets I had yet to discover.
This place is gorgeous. Oh my god, dude.
No homo or anything, but this water planet is pretty as hell. I am certainly not gay.
I feel like a dolphin.
But this place was gorgeous. After some light convincing, this clam gave me his pearl, and I assembled the ark. I rushed to get that ark to Artemis, but they didn't seem impressed. Noel came back around to spout some doomer shit, and uploaded Artemis's mind into the ark, and I now had to bring it to Nada. Upon meeting back with the Riddle Man, I discovered that I couldn't really resurrect Artemis. What I could do was put them in a simulation, leaving them to explore a made-up universe forever and alone. I realized that this was the same moral question as the small animal from earlier. It was again up to me to let Artemis suffer forever, bound to a false universe that had no meaning, or put them to rest once and for all. I had to think for a while, as memories of the animal came flooding back to me. There was only one option to show the mercy that we would all want for ourselves. I couldn't be a hypocrite now. Artemis was at peace once and for all, and Apollo decided now was a good time to check in with me.
Yeah, so listen.
He was focused on stacking cheddar, but I had to interrupt his motion to let him know that his friend was gone forever, and that I had made the final choice for them.
Where have you buried Artemis? I want to say goodbye.
After giving him a generous 10 seconds to grieve, it was time to return to our mission. I needed to track down another portal to get my location's coordinates for Apollo to come to me, which was a pain in the ass.
Oh yeah, they're mad.
But at the very least, gave me word knowledge, leading to an achievement.
Oh, achievement.
These sentinels really did not want me using this portal, but finally, I could...
What?
I'd have to fill this portal up with resources, so that was very expensive, but I requested my location and ran to relay them to Apollo. He wanted to investigate that Atlas blob for himself, even if that's what got Artemis killed. As Apollo went, Noel came again. He was kind of a dick this time, and decided that since I awoke him, I now needed to help him, as Atlas, the big blob, was in pain, and that was causing the universe to collapse. Atlas looked just fine to me, but sure. He gave me the coordinates to a crashed ship that should aid me, but I would need to find it somehow.
Oh wow, no yeah, here it is. Wow.
The remains of this shuttle dropped some crazy lore, describing how the Sentinels were able to wipe out all life in 50 minutes at one point, since they thought the order of the universe was threatened. Despite realizing I made enemies with literal gods, I shook that information off and returned to Noel. He wasn't surprised when I told him about what I had found. He said that ship was from a parallel universe, and that while things are different across all universes, the Atlas blob was controlling every single one, and it decides what happens in each of them. He also throws in that he pissed off the Atlas while knowing all of this, so I'm glad I'm helping this jackass. He then told me to go speak with people, as I needed to understand the races of this universe better. This involved performing tasks for each of the 3 main races I ran into, each wanting way too much of my time, but I eventually gathered that the Vikeen were a race of war who hated the Sentinels and whose only calling were to destroy them. The Korvax were the opposite, worshipping Atlas and the Sentinels, and spent their lives collecting data since their consciousness are controlled by machines. They believed that life is in the data itself. And on to the Gex. These little freaks were fucking evil. They had somehow managed to enslave every other race through tyrannical rule. They sacrificed the Korvax to make their kids stronger and forced the Vikeen to battle in their genocides. However, their empire eventually fell through, with the Korvax causing their genetics to change, turning them into docile chuds. A negative canthal tilt and a recessed chin was enough to collapse an entire empire, a lesson I think we can all learn from. I returned to Noel, now filled with the knowledge of the universe I inhabited. He was now throwing a tantrum as the Atlas didn't want to talk to him anymore and would rather talk to me. His daddy issues wouldn't slow me down as Apollo finally got back into contact with me. He wanted to meet up, leading me to find out that we were supposedly standing in the exact same place. Something was wrong. I got another distress signal, this one holding even worse news than before. Somebody was talking to the Atlas, somebody who controlled it. Even God was being micromanaged, and Noel was right. There was something wrong with the blob. They said the Atlas needed to be restarted to fix it, resetting all known universes to start over again. This was horrifying to hear since I owned property in this universe. Everything ending would be terrible for my investments, so I needed to go talk to Atlas right now, and after filling out another portal,
Oh my god, I have to do this again.
I did just that.
What the hell? Really?
As I burst into Atlas's domain, I demanded answers, though I quickly learned that I wouldn't like them.
The universe is a simulation. Nothing is real.
It was all clear to me now. Every universe was a simulation created by Atlas, which in turn was created by something else. Everything I had done, everything that existed, was a simulation. Nothing I had ever done was real, and Noel's dramatic ass was right. Nothing matters. Atlas asked me if I wanted to die. Again, I was reminded of my past decisions. I remembered the animal, who I knew I couldn't let suffer longer when I picked the harder option of ending its life, knowing it was the right thing to do. I thought back to Artemis, who I couldn't bring myself to condemn to a life that had more parallels than I thought with my own. I couldn't allow Artemis to live in a simulation, as I knew deep down that was a life that nobody wanted to live. And now I was faced with the same dilemma, but for myself. The right answer was obvious, and whether it was me or somebody else, I knew the choice that had to be made.
Fuck no, I don't want to die.
I had way too many achievements to go to die now. Instead of smiting me, Atlas finally revealed the meaning of 16, the number that had appeared regularly through playing the game. Broken technology, ship transmissions, everything was repeating this number, and as it turns out, it's because Atlas was transmitting it, as the universe was resetting in 16 minutes, about to delete everything. Time moves differently for the Atlas. I might have a lifetime to live in my simulated universe, or as little as like 16 minutes. I was cast away again, and I needed to let my friends know the truth. I resolved to traveling to the center of the universe, which is an achievement, in an attempt to figure out a resolution. First though, I had to let Nada know the truth.
You know now, don't you? Of our simulated nature of the end. Oh, you knew this whole time, bro. Are you...
I thought traveling to the center of the universe would be guided by the game, but it didn't seem so I went to the next most knowledgeable source, Reddit. Turns out I was very far from reaching the center by warping through solar systems. Instead, I bought a map from an alien cartographer, which took me to the wrong place. Another map, another monolith, and this one was asking me for a sacrifice. So I bought a dagger for it and offered it to the large stone. Impressed with my ability to buy things, the monolith gave me portal coordinates. This thing would be my key to getting to the universe center, but I'd first need to find a glyph and track down a traveler. He gave me the location of one of his dead friends. Exactly what I wanted. I went to pay my respects, and this guy's soul yapped forever, boring me to death. Oh shit, my bad, bro. His remains finally finished, and taught me the glyph that I needed. In putting that glyph over and over into the portal, my destination was chosen, and it was time. As I stepped through the portal, I was warped tens of thousands of light years closer to the center of the galaxy, now only a few thousand away.
Here we are.
I was surrounded by real people's bases for the first time, telling me I was in the right place. Apollo called me one last time, not particularly happy about his life also being a simulation, but offering a final goodbye as I raced to the center of the universe. As I got closer to the center, I kept receiving glyph knowledge from Atlas. That would have been useful 20 minutes ago, but I figured I'd go talk to it once more, and it asked me to follow its path. I continued warping through the systems, collecting every glyph I could to complete my final mission, when I got my last transmission from Noel. Once again, he was not happy. He didn't like my plan to reset the universe, as his past war crimes would be in vain and wipe him from existence. Sucks to suck, jackass, the Atlas likes me better. I told him to get fucked, and finished collecting the final glyphs, unlocking the final portal for me. This was it. I approached the blob for the final time. Everything had led me here, and it was time for me to make yet another decision. Reset the universe, or do nothing, and wait out my 16 minutes forever. I made my decision, choosing to reset the Atlas, ending everything that I know. As I made that decision, another choice stood before me. What type of universe would I create? The tranquil galaxy sounded nice, so I did that. And like that, my journey was over.
Yo, we reached the center of the galaxy. Yo!
After a few minutes of this, I found myself awoking again on a gorgeous planet. I rushed to find my friends and to see what fate had in store for them when I discovered I had made a huge mistake.
What? Oh my god, everything I own is critically damaged. What?
Literally everything I owned was destroyed and would need to be painstakingly repaired. I now regretted my choice. Wiping out all life in a universe was one thing, but inconveniencing me is way too far. I gathered materials using barbaric methods to repair just enough gear to get back to my ship. I tried telling Nada what happened, but he stopped me. He in fact did not care. I made my way to Atlas again, getting another achievement for hopping solar systems.
Oh, whoa.
Atlas had a new fit, and here I discovered I had finished the main storyline. The rest was up to me, and my journey in my own universe was mine to carve. I could finally move on from bastardizing this deep and powerful campaign to appeal to the lowest common denominator, and could move on to something much more noble, making that number go up. First, I repaired every piece of my gear, returning to that home that still somehow existed in the original universe. Hours later, and more materials than I could ever fathom mining again, everything was back to working order, and I was ready to lock in. I had completed a good amount of achievements just by going along, but it was time to develop tunnel vision on my goals. I figured I'd start with the most tedious ones, as I'd been dreading a few. I'd have to survive 12 real hours on extreme weather planets. I'd have to endure constant storms and impossibly hazardous conditions for 1/3 of a work week. My dissonant planet from earlier would be the perfect apocalypse for this challenge, so I made my grand return to the vacation home that only depreciates, starting the worst holiday of my life. I figured I'd try to make a profit from this place by getting my hands dirty and farming these storm crystals throughout these 12 hours. 30 minutes of this started feeling like a real job, and as a YouTuber, that terrified me. So I pivoted to trying to make this achievement as easy as possible. I bought extra toxic protection modules, increasing my AFK time, but this still felt like babysitting a frail Tamagotchi. After lots of research, I got a real plan. I had to become a baby. I built another one of those vehicles I had made earlier and added an important upgrade to it, letting me sit in this hot car for hours without dying like other weaker babies. A few hours later, one achievement was down, and many more later, it was done.
Alright, do I have the achievement? Yes, I do.
With that 12-hour achievement feeling like it took half a day, I needed some action. I thought back to when I killed that large sentinel, with it dropping the coordinates of a sentinel pillar. I had no idea what it was, but it sounded a lot more exciting than rotting away in a Honda, so I decided to investigate.
Let's hope it's not that bad. This is much smaller than I thought it was going to be. Pillar control node. Oh, they're mad. Oh, they're mad. Fuck. Okay, I destroyed the nodes.
This place was much easier to clear than I thought it would be, and let me temporarily deactivate the sentinels on my planet. With blue balls from the sentinels putting up only a pathetic fight, I chose to go for the Ships Destroyed achievement next. After adding a few upgrades to my ship to make sure I don't die, I was ready to start the space war that it would take to unlock this achievement. One achievement down, one to go. I had discovered what a max wanted level looks like on the ground a while back, but I never tried it in space.
Interceptors. Oh! Oh, I fucked up. Oh, I fucked up. Take it. Wow. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Whoa. Oh, shit. Rare item found.
As I slayed my way through hordes of Sentinel ships, I came across a fleet getting attacked by pirates. This was perfectly in line with my goals, so they could rest easy as I was here to help.
Oh no. Oh no. It fucking exploded.
Turns out I was not very good at this, but I did get that achievement.
There it is. Let's go.
Next up, I was gonna grind a few achievements that synergized well together. I'd have to meet 80 unique aliens and learn 150 total words from them. I could use my translator tech that I had received from Artemis earlier to make this much faster, but I didn't realize that until writing this, so I raw-dogged them instead.
Hello there. Hi there. Hello. Oh, that was fast. Hi, Director. Hello, Corporal. Hello, Chemist. Hello, sir. Here we go, Ambassador. Let's go. An aggression symbol, please. Yes, dude. Thank God. Oh my God. Thank God.
That took a long amount of work, so I went with an easier achievement next, visiting somebody's house. There were featured bases connected to this teleporter in the anomaly, so I paid them a visit.
This place is nice. This is way better than my house. I think I get the achievement if I interact with this. Okay, maybe not.
Once I figured out I couldn't use a featured base to get this achievement, I started searching nearby to find other people's bases. There were a bunch on this planet, so no problem.
Where the fuck is the base?
Alright, that one's empty.
No way, there's no fucking base computer, dude. Fuck, this is the same base. God damn it. Oh my god, it's a base. Oh my god, it's someone's base. Please tell me this is gonna work. Holy fuck, I'm coming in hot. Okay. Whew. There it is. Please tell me I can... Yes, dude. Thank god. Oh my god, thank god.
While wrapping up my mission, I found something I didn't think I'd find during my playthrough.
The fuck is that noise? The hell?
Another person. Seeing another person after so much time alone made this feel like an insane discovery, and to think Twitter users get to feel this way every time they go outside. I slowed down, taking a break from my journey to just enjoy my time with my new friend. This man brought whimsy back into my sardonic heart as we spent our time dancing, sharing gifts, and taking pictures. I thought back to what Atlas said much earlier, that this universe was ever repeating and nothing truly matters. Maybe this was the whole point. Living, doing what we want to, because we can. Maybe that's enough of a reason for anything, as there isn't any real goal in life. Except, I did have a goal, and this guy was distracting me from getting my achievements, so that guy had to skedaddle. Wholesome side mission wrapped up, I had another 2 achievement types I wanted to go for, exploring different solar systems and scanning a bunch of wildlife. These both seemed pretty easy, so I started hopping to different star systems and started scanning everything that moved. A lot of scanning later, and I didn't get a single achievement. Odd. One further research later, I found out I was mistaken. It wasn't an achievement for scanning unique animals, but rather, scanning every animal on a planet on multiple planets. That's substantially harder. I hadn't even discovered every animal on my home planet, and I fucking lived there. This was a painful discovery, until I found out that some planets only have one animal inhabiting it. I just have to hunt down these special planets, scan those incest-born animals, with each one adding to my progress. Now hunting much rarer planets, I found my first viable one, and scanned this lonely creature.
There we go.
Searching solar systems that were already discovered by people made this much easier, letting me see if a planet matched what I needed before exploring it myself. Now with my plan in motion, I hopped through countless star systems, gaining exploration achievements and mapping the ecosystems for my goals.
Sure, is that an achievement? Yes it is! Oh shit!
With this final creature, I received the last achievement for my animal archiving, and I had fully mapped 10 single animal planets. I was only 1 achievement away from completing every one in No Man's Sky, and even crazier, finishing a video in a timely manner. I had 1 task left, and all I had to do was reach the center of the universe again, in permadeath mode. I scrambled to research this achievement, terrified I'd have to completely redo the entire story, dealing with Nada's vagueness, Noel's daddy issues, and Artemis's fucking dying. Luckily, I didn't have to do all that. I just need to find one of those portals again, warp to the center without Alice's guidance, without dying once. I thought this wouldn't be hard enough, so while setting up the world, I turned up every difficulty slider I could. Without further ado, No Man's Sky, Galaxy Center Speedrun, Deathless on the hardest difficulty possible. I rushed to recharge my life support off rip, remembering how quickly those could drop. I was fortunate this time, with this spawning planet being much more forgiving than the last one I began on. I made the visor again, rushing batteries as fast as possible. Storms were again my worst enemy, and my ship my only friend. I got my bestie in working condition quickly, surviving the trek to repair it without needing the game's pity this time. Flying the starter ship again felt like driving on fentanyl, hard to control, and my health was always dangerously low. Little mistakes could reset me completely, and despite knowing that, I built my house on a cliff. I got a portal set up as fast as possible, and made tons of mining trips with this pathetic mining laser that you start with. While hunting down the antimatter blueprint, a threat to my run appeared.
This might be a bad idea. Oh. Ow. Whoa, okay.
Many threats to my run.
Oh shit. Oh my god, they're still alive. And the drones are mad at me, bro, what?
I managed to get that recipe unscathed, and started putting my puzzle pieces together. The key and dagger bought, now I just needed to find a traveler for the glyph. Apparently I got lucky on my other save, as I couldn't find one of these guys anywhere. Things started to look dire, as I was running out of warp fuel and patience. I took a trip to a random planet to mine minerals to make more fuel, when I came across another trading outpost.
Is that a traveler?
That looks like a trap. No way. I raided his friend's tomb for the one glyph I needed and packed my home up. This was the last time I'd ever be here. I rocked up to the monolith, ready for it to show me the way. It was finally time, and as I gave the monolith the resources it desired, it stole them from me.
What?
I returned home, dejected. After shuffling through more monoliths, I finally found a nice one, and it was time. Portal filled, I was finally close to the center. Many solar system hops later, and I was finally here. One more warp, and I'd be at the center of the universe. But for some reason, you can't just select the final system like the rest of them. I had to research the ancient scriptures to figure out the code, and with the center finally targeted, I had no fuel in the warp drive. It had to be completely full, and I was all out. On the final stretch, I chose to land on the sketchiest planet in my journey so far for some reason, and rushed to mine my final minerals. I got the bare minimum, more paranoid than ever before that anything could end this run. I input the odd controls to warp to the center and...
Can I go? Oh my god, I can go. There we go.
I had done it. I had completed every achievement in No Man's Sky. For a game with infinite possibilities and expansive universes, this was one of the most reasonable 100% runs I'd ever done. I explored gorgeous planets, scanned hundreds of nasty animals, and wiped out all life in the universe at one point, all for this one dopamine drop. Some of my friends didn't make it, and some sure did, even if they didn't deserve it. I spent many hours in a universe that had no purpose, but I had given one to myself, and boy did I get it. Now, I could enjoy the game at my own pace, doing anything I want. Just like how you can do whatever you want in War Thunder, provided that what you want to do is vehicular warfare. Remember to use my links in the pinned comment or description to get the massive bonus pack, and play the game for free now on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and mobile. New and returning PC and console players that haven't played for 6 months can get the Eagle of Valor Vehicle Decorator, 100,000 Silver Lions, and 7 days of premium account for a limited time. Don't miss out. Play now. Now, back to doing whatever I want.
Oh my god, I broke all my shit again.
Oh well.
I wish you could see the man I've become. I wish you could know the things that I've done. I wish you could hold my hand on stage. It's been a while since I went to your grave. I wish you could be there to meet my child. I wish I could